2018 in your head, in your head, in your head. Hey guys, what's going on? It's I, the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you today with an Earth 2 Omi Veve update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I love you all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. What's going on? So I had a pretty good day today. Did a lot of stuff. The first day in a while that I did not buy more Omi. So I was listening. I think the call's still going on for the Veve. They're having a live AMA on Discord, which is pretty cool. They get to go and see exactly what is going on with the stuff in the works. They do have the Omi to Gem conversion, Gem to Omi conversion in there as well. They are waiting to go on more exchanges. The more exchanges will come once Ethereum 2.0 comes out. Then we go on to Mutable X. We just get the utility of the token is going to be huge. Tomorrow we have an estimated 426 million Omi burn, and that is just with the drops of Lady Death and Harley Quinn. Those are gonna be pretty cool. I guess it has leaked that the Lady Death had an actual syringe in her left hand. It was supposed to happen, but they took it out. I guess it was because it is like kind of a family, kids to adults, E for everyone type of thing, type of collectible. They just didn't want that type of thing in there, just a syringe. Well, I mean, a syringe could just mean anything. You could just have, like, percortin in a syringe. You could have, whatever in a syringe. But just her Lady Death, they might have a Dr. Kevorkian pro-assisted suicide type of deal. And I guess, thank you guys for 5 likes. That means the world. And I guess that's just not something they really wanted for kids. That's not something they wanted to have. And I guess other licensors might not want to be associated with. But she'll be $90 or 90 gems. For her, and I think $60 for the Harley Quinn. We already have a couple of Harley Quinns, but this is the first appearance of Death, and it's going to be amazing, and I can't heckin' wait. There is a difference between this Death and the Death from Marvel. This one is a little more voluptuous, I think, and the Death from Marvel has a little bit more of an actual, in the comic books, has a love story with Thanos. I was actually hoping that Hela, because Hela is the goddess of death, would play a role actually in Infinity War and Endgame, but just did not happen. It was a what do you call it? They just rewrote the story for it, which again was fine. I thought it was good. Anyway, enough about that. Enough about the Marvel. Y'all aren't here for me to talk about Marvel, or maybe you are. I don't know. We do have outside of that drop. I don't know if we're gonna have 2 drops a week now going forward, or if it's gonna be 2 drops a week, like every 2 weeks or 3 weeks or once a month for right now. All I know is that we're past the 6 billion Omi burn mark, and we have a lot more to go. This is still one of my favorite positions. Again, it's the only things that I'm actively putting money into is Bitcoin, Omi, and Earth 2. Speaking of Earth 2, so there was a song that was made, and you could just YouTube Guidebook Gaming, their most recent video upload was a guy named OJM, that's Oscar Joker Mike for Oliver Jones Music, has an actual Earth 2 theme song. He put like the actual, it's basically called like Buy More Tiles. It's pretty cool. It's ingenious marketing. And I know he's not paid by Earth 2. He's not compensated by Earth 2. But if I was Earth 2, I would pay someone like Oliver Jones Music to be able to go and say like, hey, can you make something like similar like Pokemon? It's like, gotta catch them all. Okay, gotta buy more tiles. It's perfect. It's so good. They shout out Guidebook Gaming in there. They shout out me in there as well. That's really good. It's really fun. It kind of makes fun of themselves, kind of makes fun of the game, but again, it's really cool. It's catchy. I enjoy it. I'm gonna blast that in my car on the way to the gym tomorrow. It's been too hot to run with my phone, so I might listen to it tomorrow morning, then go for my run. Yeah, and that's just one of the things. You see the Avril Lavigne thumbnail on there, and why I put that on, Earth 2 music. This is going to be the first of many. I don't know if there were other Earth 2 songs created already. If there were, I haven't heard them, and it's not like I have to go hunt for information. Information flows freely to me. Like it just comes. It gets delivered to me. And nobody's mentioned an Earth 2 song yet, I don't think. Or not that I can remember. So this is just the first one. If he could make that song into an NFT, I'd probably buy it. OJM, you're listening? Anyone, make that song to an NFT. I'll buy it for $100 minimum. Because obviously that actual NFT should go to him. But if he wants to sell it for $100, I'll totally take it. But again, that's the first of many. I guarantee. Oh well, no, we had Jones Music, Mr. J1S. He actually had he's a musician. He actually had a music video with Earth 2 in the background. So it wasn't specifically about Earth 2. It just happened to be a music video with Earth 2 on the computer in the background. But again, that's going to be the first of many types of things. When this gets huge, like, all right, was it Lil Nas X or yeah, Lil Nas basically having a Tesla, I think, in one of his music videos. Why? Because they're heckin' awesome. Why would you have that? Why would other people make videos about Earth 2? Or why would well, who is it that just had the future? Somebody just had a concert in virtual reality recently. Within the past year, that type of thing will continue. That type of thing will go on for, I don't know. Again, it'll be more and more ubiquitous as the years go on because, again, technology is moving that way. You're gonna have other artists do that. I guarantee you. Probably gonna go on like the rap scene first, just because it's so heckin' cool. And once you go hip hop, you're cool. Suddenly it's cool. Then it's gangster to be part of Earth 2. Like, yeah, virtual reality, virtual state. And again, I go back to that Korean interview with Amy 1 or Amy 2, I think, where they go and they say, yeah, it's hard for millennials or younger people in order to get property and real estate in Earth 1. So to get it in Earth 2 is something that it's an opportunity they can't pass up on. And this is an opportunity for you to own real art in the Veveverse, in those NFTs, because to go to like a real art, like actual real art, I can't afford real art. That's like, 8 figures minimum, 9 figures for a lot of these artist things. And again, some NFTs are worth that as well. I don't know how much the Banksy one sold for, but there was an NFT. This one guy, he has 9 figures worth of NFT art, which is absolutely insane. But again, you have people with billions and billions of dollars, or deca billion dollars. $100 million is not that much to them, and it's something that it's an investment, holds its value, appreciates over time. Things you could do with that money, man. Even I don't think I'd become a billionaire. I think at most, if I happen to get in super early, and for OMI, and I get let's say 40 million OMI, and then eventually it's worth like $3 per OMI. Yeah, I'd be $100 millionaire. But to $1 billion is a lot of heckin' money. That is a lot of heckin' money. Even 10 million, I didn't think I would get, and now it's like, okay, well that's going to probably come into the future, definitely before the end of the decade. Again, just my opinion, not financial advice, not a financial advisor. But let's get to the comments. Let's see what y'all are talking about here. We got Earth 2 Ari Realty said, the Veveverse. Heck yeah, brother. Heck yeah. Hey, no matter what guitar was going on. And no matter guitar, he says, how dare you? Because he's always first. He is. Oh, Crystal Stroud, you were first to like. Thank you, guys. Likes and comments are great for the YouTube algorithm. So is hitting that subscribe button if you would like. No matter what guitar says, Veveverse is going to be pretty cool. Dang, Arya or Steve, how are you going to let that guy talk about you the way he did today and a few days ago? Aria Realty be laughing all the way to the bank, though. He do be making that money, though. He had like what 3,500 subscribers before he started clashing with them, and now he's got like what 5,000 subscribers. Yeah, dude's climbing that ladder. He's climbing that ladder. He's getting that money. I'm very, very proud of him, and I mentioned him in my YouTube video earlier this morning, the Earth 2 one, the one that says I helped my friend quit school for Earth 2, and it's something I would tell my younger self too. In 2017, when I was going to college to be an X-ray tech, I was going to go, and my thing with that wasn't really about money. It was more about, okay, well, in the military, a lot of times you're seen as a symbol of conflict, but as a medical personnel, most of the times you're seen as just a symbol of comfort. And I thought, like, okay, that could work. That could help me feel feel good feels. And then as soon as I saw the money I could make high risk lending, I was like, oh yeah, I'm not going back to school. I'm not doing that. So to be able to go here and to be able to tell my younger self, like, hey, listen, if drop out of school, like those would be the 3 words. Just invest in Bitcoin. Go those type of things. Although investing in Bitcoin in 2017, when it was like 17,000 a coin, and then immediately goes down to 3,000 a coin, I'd be like, man, does future self hate me? Yeah, and again, just that type of thing. Why you see OMI down? Why you see a bunch of these really extraordinary, good type of good type of catalysts that are meant to bring the price up, but as Bitcoin goes down, OMI's going down too with it. So that type of thing happens. Ari Realty, get ready. I'm going to send you a bunch more money tomorrow to buy me some more OMI. Tomorrow's Thursday. I will get paid a little bit more on Monday. Probably not that much. I'm trying so hard to get to sell a bunch of these other cards. I'll keep you posted as I do. Crystal Stroud, give me the Nomad with guitar. Second, sing a country song, Randy. All right. All right. Nomad with guitar. You give me enough super chats. You can request a song. Oh, gonna take my horse through the old town road. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more. Hat town, cross town, living like a rock star, spending a lot of money on a brand new guitar. Sorry, I love Billy Ray Cyrus. That verse is so heckin' fire in that song. Oh god, Old Town Road, so good, such a classic, such instant classic. Grillmaster 420, what's going on? Earth 2. Nomad with guitar says, "Death is beautiful." Never thought I'd say that. Yeah, death is pretty legit in that. It kind of reminds me of the Dark Dimitruska. I don't know her name. Lady the new Resident Evil chick, who's so voluptuous. It's like, how are we supposed to be scared of that? Like, we're not. We can't be scared of that. She's too gorgeous. Koi Tonga says, "I'm going to start a med school on Earth 2. That could be interesting. Teaching people, like Earth 2 medicine, or like virtual, or are you gonna have your classes in Earth 2? Because, let's say you can't teach in school. I don't know how schools like with the, apparently, so what I heard is that in one of my friend's classes, won't say his name, is that he had to sit in school with a double mask on, with a face mask, like a double mask, with a face shield, while the professor had the same exact thing. And he's like, yeah, this is horrible. This is awful. So a way to get around that and to speak clearly and coherently and eloquently enough where you don't need to scream, because you have to scream over your double mask and your face shield and other people's. What you would have to do is go virtual reality, go virtual, and to do that, hey, nobody needs a mask because I'm virtual. So that type of thing, I think would be. I think it'd be pretty cool. I think that'd be pretty fun. And I don't know who was it. Someone in Minecraft made an exact replica of Cornell University. A girlfriend went there, upstate New York, at veterinary school, and it's something where it was so cool. People were longing for that, and it was so cool to go in and see it. So if you have something like that where you could make a school, make a classroom in virtual reality, get a couple tiles together, and then, yeah, I think that'd be pretty legit. Nomad Guitar says, "Heard about 10-cent coin, also deflationary, but way better and way less coins. Looks good." I mean, there's a bunch of coins that are deflationary. I mean, Safe Moon's deflationary, but they started with, I don't know how many quintillion coins. I'd have to take a look at it. 1-cent coin is deflationary, but it's better, and it's coins. Yeah, I mean, I think during the next few years, because again, a lot of, just because something's an NFT doesn't mean it's great, it's valuable. It just means it's an NFT. You make an NFT of this belt. It's not a special belt. So I think, and coins as well. Anyone just because of crypto, just because it's deflationary crypto doesn't mean it's good. So I think, I'm not saying that I don't know 10 cents. So it could be good, could be bad. I have zero idea. But when you have something like a pandemic or a big dip, a lot of the paper hands get shaken out. A lot of long-term investors, they'll hodl on really good projects, on good coins. But not that I don't like, a silver lining with pandemics and big downturns. Yes, people lose their money, but a silver lining is that it shakes out all of the crappy coins, all of the crappy startups, and all the crappy stocks as well. Revolutionary products thrive. Innovation thrives in times of pressure and pandemic. So we'll see which coins are good. We'll see which NFTs are good, which projects are good. And again, so Veve being like Netflix. I'm surprised I didn't go over this already. I'm just a little scatterbrained tonight. They had said multiple times that Veve wants to be the Netflix of NFTs, and for the first 10, 12 years, that was great for Netflix. Netflix started in mid-2000s, early 2000s, and originally it started by sending DVDs to your house. It didn't start, online automatically. It started with DVDs. They built up a fan base. They built up, very wide, broad spectrum. And then what happened? As interest grew, and they say, oh, streaming online on TV, and it had a lot of pushback at first. People were like, why would you do that? It's a little weird. Because there was something special to be said about going to Blockbuster and going to all these different places, and that was date night. You go take someone to dinner. and then you go to Blockbuster, you get some candy, you get a movie, and you go home and watch the movie. It's great, and then maybe not watch the movie, if you know what I'm saying. That type of thing there's like a ritual, and it's a little sad not having them around anymore. It is, because I had good memories, but again, that's the nostalgia type of thing. And Netflix came and ate their lunch. Blockbuster thought they were too big to fail, and Netflix came in and just became a powerhouse, just growing so much. The stock is literally in FANG. It's Facebook, Apple, I forget the other one, and then it's Netflix and Google. Apple and Amazon. So it's a part of that, what people call FANG, and it's just one of the greatest stocks ever. But I would not invest. I did not invest in it. The only ones out of those, I haven't invested in any of those. Again, the only thing I have is Tesla, but I'm not, because they carry so much debt. They carry a lot of debt, and it's something where eventually you do have competition that comes. That is also, that competition came like 12 years down the road, though. Again, 12 years, who's to say where Veve is going to be at that time? Again, Veve is not just with NFTs. They're going to have their own Veveverse. I believe that not only are they becoming an actual bank, where, again, you don't need to have a bank. You just, okay, you have OMI, crypto wallet going in there, cool. I mean, I guess you do need to own that, because you need to put in gems, you need to put in dollars. But they're becoming a bank. They're becoming their own place where you could put in dollars for gems, and you're going to be able to put gems for OMI to gems, that type of deal. And I think Veve, they're probably only going to accept OMI. For them, it probably wouldn't be good to accept Bitcoin and other things. Maybe just so they could put it on their balance sheet, but they probably wouldn't do that, because they want OMI to be used. They want OMI to be used. They want OMI to be burned. That type of deal. But yeah, we're gonna have a heck of a ride. Like the first 7 or 8 years, the competition won't even be in our rearview mirror. Eventually, like 8-10 years from now, yeah, okay, we're gonna have a bunch of stuff, but not anytime soon. Not within the first 5 years are you gonna have that type of thing. So again, moving on. A little bit. Noah Guitar says Taps talked about it. It's $1, and it's $1 now. It was $6. You're saying so? Again, I like Taps. Taps trade is great. About it is $1, and so Blockbuster still lives on Oregon. One last store drove by it. Thought WTF, Googled it if it's real. I thought it was Alaska. I guess Oregon too. I guess maybe there's 2 left. I think there's one in Alaska, and I guess one in Oregon. I have not seen them. I haven't been. I am going to Alaska in September, so we shall see. Mobile Guitar says, you have a lot of influence. Get Arya and yourself to talk to Shane and tell E2 to partner with Veve. Somebody actually asked Veve about if they would partner with Earth2, and they pretty much said no. But no, in this frame of in this industry, really just means not yet. It really just means that, hey, right now our interests don't align. In the future, they probably will. I still say that they're going to, well before the end of the decade. Because again, even the founders of Veve had said it'd be pretty boring just to have your NFTs on just one platform and just here. So I believe they are going to go partner with a lot of different people. And again, once Earth 2 takes off, phase 2 with that is coming within the next 6 weeks. We're going to be able to go and just pew, to the heckin' moon. So I'm very, very excited for that. I can't wait for phase 2. It could be tomorrow. It could be end of July. We don't know, but sometime in between. Quite excited. So, dude, I want to go to Alaska. So I don't know if you have seen The Fourth Kind. It's about this psychiatrist lady who had a couple of different. She had a lot of different patients, but like 2 or 3 of them started experiencing the same thing. They saw like an owl outside their window, and then they just started getting these like really weird feelings and dreams, like they were being watched. Yeah, it was an owl, but it was something more sinister, something weird and different. And they show actual footage. It's based on a true story. They show like, they have the actress that's a little more dolled up, a little prettier. She kind of looks like Liv Tyler a little bit. She's cute. And then they have the actual psychologist kind of telling the story and interview, and just the way they showed it, the way they shot it, the way they showed everything. The actual footage, movie footage, and just shot side by side. I was like, oh, like I was not okay after I saw that. Like straight up, was like first time I saw it, it was I was thankfully in a room with like 3 different dogs. Like it was a stormy night. Like y'all had protected me. So when I go to Alaska, I do want to visit that place. I think you have to get there by aircraft though. I'm gonna be going for like a week. If I had the girlfriend to go with me, I don't know if she wants to go though. I don't know because it's like a military thing. Me and my military buddies are going. So I'll keep you posted. And also, apparently in Alaska and Canada, polar bears have a circle of travel where their territory has expanded because, okay, can't stay here, global warming, whatever. And they have started mating with coastal brown bears. And I don't know what they're called. They're called Pizzly bears for one, when one's a male, one's a female. And they are called Golar bears, I think. Golar bears, with the other one's a female, the other one's a male. So they're more aggressive than the combination of the two. Grizzlies tend to be more aggressive, but this combo is insane. Apparently, like, it's really aggressive, and they're just light brown balls of rage, and they basically wake up and choose violence, and they don't care. Like, polar bears sometimes I feel like can be a little bit friendly. Grizzlies usually not, but these people are just, it's like Saiyan half-breeds. Saiyan half-breeds are supposedly like the feistiest, as we've seen with Gohan. Why you go? I'm just going because of a bunch of military peeps. I have a couple friends stationed there, and me and a couple of other friends that I went to visit this past month in Washington. They want to go and bring my girlfriend, I want to bring my girlfriend because she said she likes Alaska, but I haven't talked to her today. I think she was busy. Her days off, she likes to run errands. She likes to take her dog to the beach and, what do you call it? Crystal Stroud says, I used to live in Alaska. The weirdest thing is that on the drive up the Alaska highway on our move up there, my stepdaughter at the time kept drawing owls. She never did that before and never seen the movie either. How old was your daughter? And did she have any nightmares, any weird, crazy experiences? Because, not gonna lie, it's getting too real now. It's getting too real. And I did see things up there. All right, Crystal Stroud, what do you mean by things? Nome, yeah, that's it. Nome, Alaska can only be reached by plane, boat, or dog sled. That's it. That's exactly what it was. It was Nome, Alaska. It was in that movie. And like, if you Google it, yeah, there was some like weird disappearances there in like whenever it took place. It's like, oh my God, look at her butt. No, seriously, it's yeah, Googled it afterwards. Like, whoa, there really was FBI like investigations up there, and it's like, man, they weren't lying. Oh! Noel Guitar says, you can drive to Alaska. You can, but it's that certain part of Alaska. I guess Nome is like an island or archipelago, whatever. That part of Alaska. But yeah, actually, I had a friend, I forget her first name. I guess she's not a friend. Dr. Friedrichsen, or Friedrichs, I forget actually. It was a long time ago. I used to work with her. She was a veterinarian in the Iditarod. Just looking after the Siberian Husky puppers, the Husky doggos, and it was really cool. She said, like, yeah, it was great. Heckin' freezing, but taking care of the dogs, and she said it was just really fun. It was really cool and a great experience. It was like, you know what? I'm jelly, man. I wish, I hate the cold. Peruvians do not do well in the cold. Heat? Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's not bad. Am I suffering a little bit? Sure. But at least you can... I don't think you're gonna die, but in the cold, I feel it in my bones, I feel it in my joints, and I would die if I had to live in like a winter wilderness for a month. I don't think I'd make it, fam. The heat, sure, that's fine. Cold, absolutely not. Noah says, is this a horror movie? I misunderstood what it is. I would say yes, but no. It's more like a thriller. It's like a mystery and thriller, and it just messed me up, man. It was not as bad as when I saw like the It miniseries when I was like 7. I remember like manipulating my mom into letting me get it at Blockbuster. I don't know what she got, but I was like, oh, It, and she like, I don't know if she did this on purpose or not, just to mess with me. Like, she knew what she was doing. But I remember because it said rated R, and I was like, hey mom, can I get this? And I put my finger over where the R was. I was like, well, what is it? I was like, well, it's a clown movie. It's supposed to be, it's got John Ritter in it. It's supposed to be funny. She's like, Okay, because she knew who John Ritter was. I think that's the only person that I knew at that time. Because again, I was 7, and he was a funny guy. It's like, okay, so I don't know if she like knew. It's like, oh, this little brown child trying to pull a fast one on me. I'll show him. I'll heck him up for life. Well, you know what? She did a good heckin' job at hecking me up for life because I'm not exactly okay anymore. Yeah, Nome is really west. Okay, so really west Alaska. Yeah, but yeah. Anyway, no matter what guitar, this movie fudged me up. So I guess so west, so super. Is it like almost in Russia? Can you see Russia from there? Crystal Child said it is supposed to be a true account of alien encounters. I see. I wasn't gonna say it. I wasn't gonna say it, but yeah. That's what it's called, like the fourth kind. Or they have close encounters of the third kind, but this is supposedly like the fourth kind, and it's really good. It's really good. It's like, yeah, it's so good. Thought you meant nope. Well, I should have noped out of it. Yeah, it says with actual footage. It says what movie? Well, the fourth kind is the movie. And your daughter was 5. Okay. I think it's just called the fourth kind. I don't know if it's called Close Encounter of the Fourth Kind. If I'm not mistaken. Not sure. Moving on. Crystal Strauss is a definite must-watch if you are into aliens, and I love Ancient Aliens also. Like, if Veve comes and gets a Mars Attacks license for NFTs, I am in. There is so much star power in that movie. You got Tom Jones, you got Danny DeVito, you got what's his name, the big black guy is the heavyweight champion of the world. It was so good. Who's got Jack Black in it? Got Michael J. Fox. Who's James Bond? Pierce Brosnan, Sarah Jessica Parker. It was so heckin' good. That is literally one of my favorite movies ever. It's stupid, it's crazy, but I might even watch that if it's on Netflix or if it's on. And also do not Google Black Alien Space Movie in like 1992. It's really racist, or at least the title is. But yeah, Mars Attacks was one of my favorite movies when I was younger. It was so good. Jack Nicholson's even in it. He's got like an Oscar moment in there, making an alien cry before things happen. No spoilers here, but the movie's 25 years old before he gets shanked. And yeah, there could be so many NFTs for Mars Attacks. Oh my god, I gotta write a letter. I gotta tag these people, a Comey, in like a post. It's like, listen, I'll put even more money into Omi if you go have these Mars Attacks things. There'd be so many NFTs with that. That'd be insane. That'd be great. These two brothers are just like that are like always at the arcade going pew 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 pew. They get alien codes and they go pew 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 pew. Natalie Portman's in it. Glenn Close is in it. It's so heckin' good. Crystal Stroud says the whole story is quite long. Maybe I will send it to you in a message sometime, Randy. Yes, totally do that. Don't want to take up the whole chat. No, it's okay. It's quite all right. But yeah, if you want to send me in a message, that'd be great. Oh man, I can see why you like scary stories, Crystal Stroud, because you lived one. Noah Guitar says, I heard about the third kind in Project Blue Book. Awesome show. Oh, I still have to look at that. I finished Behind Her Eyes, so that was good. That was really good. It was a really slow start, but it was like, I thought I knew it was coming, and I was like, and then I thought like, okay, there's a twist, kind of makes sense, and then there was another twist. I was like, I was not expecting that at all, but yep, there it was. Anyway, the lady at the post office always gives me really good advice on those types of things to watch. Crystal Strauss says, I live near the Skywalker Ranch in Utah. I was getting chills watching that show, but my streaming service won't let me watch the rest. I should just drive over there. I think Ghost Adventures are in. They did an episode on Skywalker Ranch. My friend Ashley, me and my friend Ashley were actually watching it recently. Really good, really cool. But what part of Utah? I guess I am gonna go to Kanab, Utah eventually, and Kanab, Utah is something I want to go to. And I'm in part of what's called a Golden Circle because they have a not Kanab's Best Friends Animal Society. They have a sanctuary there. And if you donate a certain amount, you get put in the Golden Circle. You get like a private tour or whatever. It's really cool. So, want to go again. Or I want to go. I was supposed to go, but COVID, Oh, Skinwalker. Yeah, derp. Yeah, that's what it was called. Me and my friend Asher watching that thing on Skinwalker Ranch. Holy cheap, I'm watching that show now. Oh, Ghost Adventures? Yeah, it's so good, so good. Crystal Stroud says, I live in Utah now, by the way. What part of Utah? Let me know. So it is time. Wow, we've been talking for 30 minutes already for my 30-minute Patreon member shout out. All right, what? Oh, I got friends in low places where the whiskey rise and the beer chases my fears away, and I feel okay. Yeah, sorry I butchered that, but that was for you. That was for you, Nomad. You know you like the country stuff. I think it's BS. No way all that stuff happened and happens. Wait, in Skinwalker Ranch? Wait, where? In Blue Book? What are you talking about? Um, Project Blue Book has top actors. Dude from Game of Thrones. Oh, that's legit. That is pretty legit. Moab, Utah is beautiful up there. Oh, okay. I have not checked Moab. When I think Moab, I think Mother of All Bombs from like the Air Force stuff. Oh, nobody with guitar with that $5 super chat saying Skinwalker Ranch. It's a show on Amazon Prime. Oh, okay. Because Skinwalker Ranch is on like Ghost Adventures, is on other stuff. I did not know that it was an actual show just on all of that, which is interesting. Grandmaster Wawa says, "What are your thoughts on handsome, pretty privilege?" If I can just gather what that means, I would think that it's the privilege of good-looking people, where good-looking people tend to have an easier time with court, because if they're in court for something, if you're good-looking, a jury will be more sympathetic to you because they're like, "Oh, it's okay, they're good-looking." I was not inflicted with the good-looking gene, I don't think. Despite what my girlfriend says like beautiful man, I was like, babe, you go to the gym, you see guys like so much more jacked than me, so much more cut and chiseled. It's like, I don't know, but she likes me. So I think I'm gonna be one of those people on like wedding day in the future, like, hey, like you still like me, right? But you like me, right? Because I can never tell. I can never. But yeah, if I think that's what it is, pretty people get they have I think a little bit easier time through life for the most part, because things kind of get handed to them relatively easily. But then let's say, God forbid, they get really unhealthy, or they have an accident, whatever, something that takes them out of that where they're really good looking, and then suddenly they're not anymore. Now they have to actually work for their stuff, and it's really hard for them to be able to go and experience that, because they don't know where their limits are, because they've never had to push, they've never had to work before, they've just always been, again, given stuff on a silver platter. So when it's time for them to actually work, when their looks leave them, then it's like, okay, well, it's just harder for them. So I remember having a conversation with my uncle one day, because I was adopted, and he just said, like, we were just talking about something. He's like, yeah, something, yeah, could have been adopted by a rich family, and I was like, well, out of the people that I know that are rich, I think I got the better deal. And he's like, why? I was like, because they don't know how to work. They don't know how to like struggle. Their kids were like given everything. I think, where did I read it? If you want to mess up a child permanently, give them everything they want. If you want to ruin a person, give them everything they want and never say no to them. And that will destroy. Yeah. So I'm thankful. The people that got me were not rich. I'm thankful that people that got me were constantly telling me no for a lot of things. Because it made me so grateful for actual love. It made me grateful for things where people have friendship, where like it's just, yeah, that type of thing. Just for me anyway. I enjoyed that. Salt Lake City Valley. Oh, okay, so you're up north a little bit. Crystal Stroud, that's where you are. Kanab, Utah is pretty south. I still haven't gone yet. I've been meaning to. One day soon. And again, Noel Guitar, thank you so much for that $5 super chat. Skinwalker Ranch is a show on Amazon Prime, so I guess I have to watch Project Blue Book. I don't know if I'll watch Skinwalker Ranch, if it's about that one thing. If it's really good, maybe. I don't know. I'm still watching Billions on Amazon Prime. That is, I'm on like the 4th season. It's so good so far. You can tell they changed writers the 4th season. The 4th season's a lot funnier, just in my opinion. But thank you for that $5 super chat. Noel Guitar says, Moab is National Arches Park. I'm pretty sure I've talked about the national park conspiracy theory, saying like, I think it was Teddy Roosevelt or FDR, I forget, one of those people would say like, he's a hunter, and I think it was Teddy Roosevelt, and they're just skinwalkers and different things inside of national parks, and we hunted them almost to extinction, but the National Park Service is pretty much like one of those people that are there to like cover up the stories, like, oh, your child, even though their shoes are found here and their body was over there, they must have walked up that 8-mile mountain. It's just really cool, just going going over like missing person stories, and again, I shouldn't say cool. It's just interesting going over the missing person stories in national parks, and it's like, what the fudge happened to them? Like, if you see like a bear, okay, you see blood, you see whatever, but they're just gone. Sometimes they're just gone, no traces, no. And sometimes when they're found, shoes are down here, and they're like 3 miles up a mountain where it's supposedly like impossible to climb for even like professional climbers. Like, how did they get up there? How does that happen? I don't know. It just, there's one of the things. Are they glitching? Are we in a matrix? And let's say like with Toad, on Choco Mountain Valley, whatever, in Mario Kart, where you glitch and you jump and you use your mushroom and you go into another part of a map. Is that what's happening? Because I don't know any other way to explain it. There should not be another explanation for it. But that, if there is, like, let me know. I don't know. Oh, we got No Guitar saying $2.99 saying next time, baby. Thank you for that super chat. Next time for what? I don't know. Next time for the show, Skinwalkers. Like secret Moab's National Arches Park. It's like Secrets of Skinwalker Ranch. That's BS, Randy. I'm good looking. Judges hate me, or maybe because you're Russian. Well, if you're if you get like some like 60-year-old Russian that was like in their 20s at the height of like the Cold War, they see a Russian, they get like flashbacks, like, oh, slap my salami, this bookie's a commie. Like they're just gonna say something along those lines. Like they're just gonna think that you're a commie and you're coming in here to overthrow the U.S. I don't know, probably not. They just maybe you're too good looking, and the judge is like, this person got handed everything in life. Throw the book at them, slap them, that type of deal. But привет, номер with guitar. Меня зовут Randy. Чаторасти is no, that's Farsi. Очень приятно. Приятно с вами познакомиться. Я живу в Long Island. Я живу в West. I don't know. That's about all the Russian I know. Номер with guitar. Как вас зовут? That's like, what's your name, right? I don't think I even know yet. But yeah, so I learned a little bit of Russian. I dated this girl, Natasha, who was so beautiful, and but like as deadly as she was beautiful. She was actually half Russian, half Ukraine. So again, half breed, really, really feisty. She liked to shoot things, and she liked to punch. She also knew Sambo, which is a Russian form of martial arts. I'm sure you know. And then she also just would come up with these like American phrases, like where she'd like, give me the D. Like, where did you hear that? Who's teaching these things to you? But she was a stripper, and that's where we met. I used to work at a strip club, those that don't know, and that's where we met. I was doorman at the strip club at first, and then we worked together on a couple of things. One time, however, this is a little bit what not to do in a relationship, because English was not the best at first. Still never really got the hang of it, but it's pretty good, just not the best. And I wanted to be romantic, and she wanted to know, she was a girl, wanted to know, where is this relationship going? And I was like, girl, I am like 19 years old. I don't know. So what I did was she said, listen, like we're from different worlds. You're from like suburban Long Island, and I'm from like the streets of like Russia, and like what I've done in the past is probably not what you're used to. And it's like, so I said, listen, I don't care who you are, where you're from, what you did, as long as you love me. Yes, I quoted Backstreet Boys, and it was fine. Her heart melted up until like 2 months later, when it comes on in the club, and I'm sitting there just enjoying the water, and it comes on, I don't care who you are. And I was like that meme. It was like I was so, and yeah, she was not happy. She waited. I'm surprised, but she waited for, do fake news, you crazy fam. But she waited up until we went outside to like beat the crap out of me. Yeah, it was, again, she was very, 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 very strong. But she wasn't like Arya is out. Arya is out of what? Arya is out of school. Arya is, oh God, what's the name of that song? Just another brick in the wall. School's out for summer. Prison time. You next. Oh, you crazy Earth 2 fake news. I love you, man. Our Realty has it's official. He's out of school because of me, partially because of me. I've been trying to get him to leave school for months now. Like, since I was still at work, I was like, hey, you should if you have the opportunity to really go all in on this, you do. And I've said it before, do what makes you happy. You literally cannot put a price on happiness. I had clients that were literally worth 9 figures that were miserable because ex-wives just hated them. Their kids, they didn't get along with their kids because their ex-wives were poisoning kids against them, and they would give it all up just to have a good relationship with their kids, just to be happy, but they weren't. And you could be happy. If you can be happy, it's worth more money than literally $100 million. It is. And if you've found that, if you found someone that loves you, if you found someone that, tolerates you and just makes you smile and just, takes some of the pain away, and you can, you find something that you enjoy doing, whether it's just, bowling in a league, twice a week, or going into like a darts beer league or something like that. If you can do that and just like feel good about yourself, you did it. You made it. You have a wife, you have people that you enjoy being around and enjoy being around you, you've won. I love what I do now. And again, this is not work. I streamed twice. I made like 6 videos today, just because I was just in the mood. I was like on a roll, like Mr. Production over here. Grandmaster Wild says, the way to recover is to admit you got it from the song, but you meant every word. See, I was not thinking about it at that time. Like, that would have been great advice. Where were you 11 years ago, Grandmaster Mawile? Where were you? Leaving me to die. Oh, hydration break. Sorry. Alright says, okay, playa. Yeah, it was smooth, man. And honestly, a lot, like, most of what's in my head is not really an original thought. Like, anytime I had to do, like, a writing assignment, I literally go to anime. Because anime has got subs. Like, no one in, like, the real world watches anime. Like, we do. Us nerds do. But do you think any one of my clients, like, in finance that are business owners, thank you guys for 10 likes, that means the world. Do you think they know Mewtwo? Do you think they know that the circumstances of one's birth are irrelevant? It's what you do with the gift of life that makes you who you are. I have said that to so many clients, and they're just like, you're so wise. It's just like, because you have to with some of your clients that are just, especially ones that work construction, they're just down on themselves, they're drinking, they're hitting the bottle, they're confiding in you. You have to, they're already broken down. You don't need to break them down. You have to build them back up. You have to make them think that they are the baddest people on the planet. You have to make them think that they are just God's gift to Earth, and their workers need them, and everyone needs, because they do. Their workers literally work for them, like, for a paycheck. So you literally, lives depend on that. So you got to go and you got to slap them and be like, listen, get your act together, and whatever works. And you have to know what, sometimes you have to be, firm. Sometimes you have to, it's okay. Shh, shush. It's okay. It's not your fault. Yeah, you have to do that on them. But yeah, a lot of what I did, it literally comes from anime. I mean, obviously here I'm a little more candid. I can't be throwing anime quotes at most of you guys. You'd be like, wait a minute, that's what that's from. So yeah, there's a little look into what I do. Brendan Z says, what up, G? Yo, what up, Brendan Z? How you doing? Glad you can make it. Glad you can make it here. We're 43 minutes into the stream. We're going strong. And yeah, so be advised, I do have Crystal Stroud with a $5 super chat saying, a little something extra for all the effort on your videos today. Oh, Crystal Stroud. I didn't mean to push my boobs at you. I just, my feels. Thank you so much. Oh, you're the best. I'm going to try to do another scary story for you. I know I promised this for like a month now. I mean, we have, what do you call it? I've been in a slump for scary stories. I'll read something on Reddit. Honestly, John McAfee, whatever he is called, literally in like December or something, last year in 2020, said things are good when he goes to prison in like Spain. Like, things are good here. I'm okay. The food is good, whatever. If I kill myself a la Epstein, it wasn't me. Like, that was not me. And what happened? He died of apparent suicide today. McAfee didn't kill himself. Epstein didn't kill himself. I honestly think the real world is scarier because this stuff actually happens. We all owe Alex Jones a grave apology because he's been right about so many things, and people literally get killed. Oh, the cameras were off. They happen to be malfunctioning. The guards were on break. Both of them. Are you kidding me? Are you hecking kidding me? I don't know if it was Clinton, it was Trump. Freaking Epstein had stuff on everybody. My God, man, like, my God. Government is just, this is why would you give the government power? They murder people. They murder people. Brendan Z says, you best be participating in the Veve drop tomorrow. Of course, of course. I haven't put any gems in there yet, so thank you for reminding me. I have like $1 left of gems. I wanted to get, because I was doing some digging. I was doing some digging on Veve, and I was like, okay, what's the shortest, smallest amount of NFTs for each drop, and what's the largest? Well, 50,000 DeLoreans. So I got a relatively low mint number, under like 1,100, for like $60, for a DeLorean. I was like, okay, you know what? Because I wanted one, they're cool. I liked those at the time. Again, I guess for 10 likes. Or two fake news is he dead? Is Shane real? Is E2 a scam? There's too many questions there. Is who dead? Arya will never. He better not hack it. No. I mean he's in his late 30s, so I mean probably died before me. We're both in the military together. But I mean who knows? I've been very lucky in life so far. Actually, I've been reading a lot about actual, not just AI, but AI in the terms of genomics and genes and gene editing. And apparently for cutting edge research, if you're not using AI right now, if you're not using artificial intelligence, because DNA is basically code. So if you're not using AI, you're missing the boat. And as you're missing like right now, the best of what we know is that, was it ISV2 or SIV? It's something, I is in the middle, SIV2, I think, where it's a certain gene that they know like that specifically causes aging. And what else causes aging? Okay, we have telomerase, you have telomeres at the end of your DNA. As those strands get shorter and shorter, basically once they stop, massive aging occurs, and the DNA can't replicate itself. The DNA, the transfer of information from DNA to DNA as it makes itself can no longer go on. And a great way, again, it's from Dr. Rhonda Patrick, so not my advice, not a medical advice, not medical advice, not a medical advisor, said that large doses of vitamin D actually prevent the telomerase from shrinking, allowing you to live longer. And they did a study with twins where one was just taking massive amounts of vitamin D and one was not. And the one that was taking massive vitamin D had longer telomerase at the end of that like several year study, where the one that was not taking those large amounts had significantly shorter. So it does help. Magnesium is good, I think, for regeneration of DNA, and folate is good for making new DNA. I always get those two mixed up. Well, either way, again, Dr. Rhonda Patrick is so good with that. Lex Friedman's got people on podcasts all the time. So yeah, moving on. But I think I'll outlive Aria Realty. I think. I don't know. We'll see. We might get a blood test done in Atlantic City. Is Shane real? I mean, I haven't seen Shane in person. And Shane, not gonna lie, works like a robot. So is he a robot? Is he Mr. Krabs with batteries in his pocket and salt in his eyes where it's like, I don't know. I'm pretty sure Shane's real though. I mean, we've seen him in multiple live streams. We've seen him in voice chat. We've seen him on his own video. So yeah, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Shane is real. Is E2 a scam? Absolutely not, fake. I know you're just joking with these, but absolutely not. I would not have put 5 figures into Earth 2 if it was a scam. I would not be willing to put another 30 to 50 grand into Earth 2 and the Earth 2 crypto. If I even thought it was 1% chance at being a scam, I would not be doing those things, but I am. So, Crystal Strauss said, the deep world secrets are absolutely spooky. They are so spooky. Brendan Z says, One Moon. So for Earth, I'll answer both Earth 2 and Veve. Earth 2, When Moon is probably part of it when Phase 2 comes out, which is, again, within the next 6 weeks. Could be tomorrow, could be end of July, we don't know. But that being said, When Moon, for them, there'll be a bunch of them. There'll be a large spike when Phase 2 comes out. There'll be a large spike when the crypto comes out. There'll be a large spike as more updates with Phase 2 arise. And, again, they're working on Phase 3. So I don't know how many parts of Phase 2 they're going to be. Let's say there's 6 parts. Let's say doing once a quarter. Let's say by 2020, 3, we have phase 3. Yeah, and then phase 3 will obviously be in many parts, and it'll keep updating. So yeah, that's my idea for right now. It'll moon each one of those parts. For Veve, when it'll moon, or for Omi anyway, is that I think San Diego Comic-Con is going to be one. The move over to Immutable X into the Ethereum blockchain will be another. And then that's it. Right now, if I were them, I would not be releasing any. Let's say they have Pokemon. Let's say they have Disney. Let's say they have Marvel, Star Wars, all this. Well, we know they have Marvel. But I would not say any of that up until they're over on a new exchange. They're over on more exchanges. They're over on the Ethereum blockchain. And, yeah, they... Excuse me. I would not do that until then. And then it's off to the races. I'm so worried that at Comic-Con they're going to have a big announcement, because again, that's where things are announced, is at Comic-Con, and they might not be on the immutable Ethereum blockchain by then. And what are they going to do? It's just going to be really hard for people because they're not on a lot of exchanges. So yeah. Moving on, Crystal Stroud says, I've seen that Earth 2 looks like they are relaunching the same old ad. Yeah, I've seen those too. Every time I see one, I like it. I give it a like. On Facebook, probably, I think on Instagram too, because Facebook owns Instagram. I don't really go on WhatsApp, but they might be doing that on WhatsApp as well, because Facebook owns Instagram and WhatsApp. Facebook is such a big monopoly. They're insane. They're bananas. Brendan Z says, I wasn't able to get Omi at 0.0015. What's it at now? Because it was 0.0011 like yesterday morning, so a day and a half ago. And it was at 0.0015. Is it at 0.002 now? Honestly, what might have happened is after, because they just did a live stream, they just did a call on Discord, basically an AMA, and Ask Me Anything. So I don't know what other news has dropped since I've been live, but it could have been big, could have been huge. Crystal Strauss says, Dr. Rhonda Patrick, yeah, I love her. She's like, she's my bae. She's she's actually married and has at least one kid. I don't know about two. Maybe she's not happily married. I don't know. But again, I right now currently have a girlfriend. NorthAmericanHemp.com. What's going on, fam? Says, yes, that's crazy. BioViva lady CEO had all her telomerase lengthened as her pursuit to her company. Interesting stuff with the AI is, AI is definitely the future. That's why I love Tesla so much, because Tesla is leading in AI as far as their driving, as far as the amount of miles driven. And again, you have Elon Musk that's working with Neuralink to merge AI with humans, to make us. I mean, we're kind of cyborgs already. I mean, we all have our phones attached to us most of the time. So if an AI, I'm excited about it, but also there's a dark side to it, like Ultron. Well, what is Ultron? Ultron is artificial intelligence that basically decides that the Earth does not need humans, and almost succeeds. And it doesn't take that much. Like, let's say AI, they're super fast, can teach itself, hacking. Let's say it hacks into, nuclear codes. Let's say it hacks into Minot, North Dakota. Those nuclear launches would be. AI could destroy us very, very easily. So better to merge with it, because we will not control it. That is something that does worry me. But that being said, if used correctly, we could use that to go and really lengthen our lives, really lengthen, upload our consciousnesses, just make life so much better. Again, like I said, DNA is basically computer code. So yeah, we need. This is why, like, one of my, I'll do an actual separate video for charities where I just go over the fact that for charities anyway, getting vaccines, water, like clean water, like wells with a sanitation station, and solar panels into places in Africa, because right now those people, we're not tapping into their brain power. They're not productive members of the earth because they don't have anything. We give them stuff, and then then we can start tapping into their brain power, and you're going to see rise of engineers and doctors, and you're going to see the world change. The consequence of that is geniuses will rise. That will help the world. My words. Brendan Z says, you can play the new Pokemon. Of course! I've played every single Pokemon game. I don't know if I've beaten every single Pokemon game, but that literally is my life. It's my life. Don't you fall. Junior Sanders says 0.0014. That's what it is right now. Good. Or at least that's what it was 3 minutes ago. Junior Sanders says, what's up, Randy and Omi fam? We are getting all these gains. I'm going to buy more tomorrow. I'm gonna try to buy. What's today's date? So, what is today's date? 23rd. So rent isn't due for another 8 days or so, 7.5. Actually, 30 days has November, April, June. All right, so tomorrow will be the 24th. So then 25th, 26th, 27th, 28th, 29th, 30th, the first. So I have about 6 more days until I have to pay rent. So 25th, 26th, 27th, 28th, 29th, 30. I'm sorry, 7 more days until I have to pay rent. So I do have I have another thing on Monday, a big check that'll come nice and nice, and then I could use that for rent, and I've less than that. And honestly, go look at my my most recent video I think I did. So it says my struggle with addiction, why I keep my account so low. That tells you why I keep my account so low, why I'm not very liquid at all times. But yes, Pokemon 100%. Renzi says, "What up, Junior? Still no countdown? What are you talking about with the countdown?" Junior says, "Haha, hey, Brendan, 12-hour countdown has started." Oh, is that for the drop tomorrow? No. Oh yeah, is that for the drop tomorrow? Is that what we're doing? Countdown to drop? Brendan says, "Dr. Doom." Air TV says, "I'm holding a lot of different trading card game products, mainly sealed stuff, hoping they survive the dips and will go up in the next 4 to 5 months." Yeah, honestly, any old school vintage sealed product for Pokemon, really, really good. I'm actually trading my first edition base set BGS 9 Charizard. 2 subgrades are a 9, 2 subgrades are a 9.5, so it's one away from being a gold label BGS 9.5. I'm trading that for a first edition Neo Genesis box that's sealed. And yeah, that Neo Gen box is a, what do you call it? It's just, it didn't have, it carries Lugia, which is the Charizard of the second generation. It's the first box of the second generation. Big historic value with that. Big historic value, in my opinion. Brandy said Clockgate. Yeah, I don't know if that was actually brought up tonight in the stream, in the Discord AMA. Again, right now, Wild Wild West. You're going to be able to get away with that for how much longer? I don't know. Eric TV says, "Are you into any other TCGs like Flesh and Blood / MetaZoo?" I'm really not. I played Yu-Gi-Oh when I was younger. I even played Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links recently, in the past couple months. But I have not gone on and learned any other card games. Even Magic, I'm not good with. I'm not really good with anything else. Pokemon is really all it's about. I never really got into collecting Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I never really got into Dragon Ball Z cards or anything like that. It's really just been Pokemon for me. No Digimon at all either. Renzi says, "I made a second account just to try for Death easier." I mean, for Death, you do what you got to do. I feel you, man. I understand. I understand. I'm gonna try. I feel like this company makes it so easy to just put in money. They just make it so easy to just like, I want to buy everything, even if I don't really like it. Like $90 is literally like 2 weeks worth of food for me. No, maybe not that much. Maybe like a week. Well, depending on what I get. And if I eat good quality food, if I get chicken, grilled chicken and fish and oatmeal, whatever. Yeah, the good quality food. But if I get Taco Bell, it's $5 a day. But if I get good quality food, it's maybe like $10, $12 a day, $15, $18 a day. I don't know. Moving on. When you got smart investments, no need for liquid cash. Yeah, that's true. And everything I get, I put into liquid cash. So, yeah. RGB says, "Oh damn, that Neo Gen box is something else." Yeah, that Neo Gen box is legit. Neo Gen is the hardest to grade. It is riddled with print lines. It's riddled with Typhlosion has that red dot, as does Misty's Golduck in Gym Challenge. But yeah, Neo Gen is just the hardest to grade. It is so heckin' hard to get a PSA 10 out of anything on there. Yeah. How I Made says, "Have you seen the viral vid going around all the people that died from the vaccine? It's sad AF." I have not. They've been really weird with that stuff, whether it's TikTok or Facebook. Now, I like to think I'm a realist. I like to think that I am open-minded, but not, so open-minded where I'm out there. It's like, oh, this is possible. Although, can't really rule anything out. I've seen a lot of crazy stuff. But it seems like even people that just had negative reactions, people that just which vaccines, for the most part, the bad reactions that everybody has is they're a little bit tired, a little bit sore for the rest of the day, maybe a little bit lethargic. And, that's for normal vaccines. But for the COVID vaccine, it seems that the second one you get, you just get floored for like 48 hours, where you're just like, you're feverish, you're ill, you're sick, you're just not good. Like you feel like death for a little bit. But again, it's for a couple of days, and then most everyone is fine. But there were a couple of women that were made infertile because of that vaccine. I think that was the Johnson & Johnson one. There's like 4 or 5 of them, whatever. Um, and it's just when you go over that, my friend Emily did a deep dive into it, going on Reddit and TikTok and everything, and she was like banned on Facebook because she's like, hey, there's a group of all of these completely different people that they just had not just like normal bad reactions, they had like bad, horrible reactions to it. I don't know if any of them died, but they just were not in good ways at all. For like weeks, they like never recovered. It's like they got it. It's like they got COVID, but like worse than COVID. Now, granted, there was maybe a group of a couple hundred people out of the how many tens of millions or hundreds of millions that have gotten the vaccine. So, I mean, it's a really small percentage. Now, for me, I had COVID, so I'm not going to get the vaccine because I have the antibodies. And, if they say, hey, you can't travel unless you get the vaccine, I'll be a cog in the machine. I'll be a good little, whatever, and I'll get it just because I want to go to Europe, and I don't want that fight right now. I don't want to fight to take on that government, civil liberties and all. Even though I probably should, I have a platform, so I really probably should. But because it's I think that's wrong to say, like, because when you give thank you guys for 15 likes, because when you give government that power of saying, hey, no, we're going to force this into your body, and you have nothing that you can do to get out of it. That's wrong. Even though I think appropriate vaccination is so very good, appropriate vaccination prevents certain death for many people, millions of diseases, helps hundreds of millions of people. But the government saying that, no, we're going to force this into you, and if you don't do what we like, you can't go to school, you can't go to these places, you can't travel, like, that's wrong. Like, government should not have that much power. They should not. They shouldn't even want to try for that much power. Nobody should. I digress. It's been an hour. Time for my Patreon member shout out. Let's see what we got here. Let's see. No, Avril Lavigne. Yep. Avril Lavigne, Tony Hawk. So here I am, doing everything I can, holding on to what I am, pretending I'm a Superman. I'm trying to keep the ground on my feet. It seems the world's falling. Hey, Brendan Z. It says, well, yeah, I never heard of death, and I'd rather buy her than food for a week. Yeah, I don't know if that's just because she's voluptuous and she's got a nice body, or it's because it's a really rare item and people are going to want. This is the first appearance of death. Harley Quinn, we've seen a lot. This is the first appearance of death. It's a super rare item or ultra rare item, whatever, and people are going to want that in the future. So 90 gem people have no problem poking over that. Like, I remember if this would have happened 10 years ago, oh hell no, I didn't have the money for that. But it's weird. Now we just find the money. Like, so weird. But I love it. And that's the good thing about people that are in Veve collectibles. A lot of them have a little bit of money to burn because a lot of them are a little older. The average, I don't know if it's average person or average family that has an extra $1,800 a month of expendable income. Okay, well, what do you do with that expendable income? That's after your bills are paid. That's after you got food, insurance, whatever. What do you do with that money? Well, you go in, and for me, I invest. For other people, they like to go out to drink. They like to go out to party, which, again, I love doing. But, putting it into, again, it's a collectible. It's a long-term investment. It's something you can stake with, something that you can, again, leverage in the future. So, again, I digress. How I Made says a lot of doctors and nurses. So doctors and nurses, they died? Oh my god. So name the video How I Made, because I really want to see it. Brendan Z says, rip, I don't get COVID and I just wear a mask. I go out every day. Oh, so you didn't even have COVID. And yeah, I go out to the gym. I go out, and most places, depending on where that's why I'm moving to Florida, because I am not going to stay in a state where that literally caused my mental health to go so far. Like, I literally want to kill myself last year. So I'm not staying in a state like that. I'm not going to Florida. And our realty's coming with me, and we're going to do that because we can, because we can. And we want to be in a free state where we're allowed to do things, go outside and just be with people. Yeah. Hi, mate says MSM mainstream media hides all the negative effects of the vaccine. Yeah, now if it was a normal thing, like if it was actually a good, like I don't want to say because I don't like the fact that it was the fastest vaccine to get made ever, and there were so many of these companies that were trying to be the first. You think they weren't cutting corners? Think they weren't cutting corners? Get like hundreds of millions of dollars. Um, yeah, like I think the mumps vaccine was the fastest that came to fruition with, I think 4 years from start to injection of it. Where this started what, a year? It was I just don't like that. I there's too many fishy things around it. I don't like big government. I don't trust big government. I don't yeah. Oh no. Renzi says my mom got it. She's a teacher. She was forced to. Yeah, it's a little sus. But again, not that I think like government's good for us. Governments are our friends. Um, I don't know. Sometimes I do think I get a little too crazy, a little too out there. But at the same time, it's like, well, look at the track record, what the government has. Where you had, what was it, Project, was it Bay of Pigs? No, was it, whatever it was, where the Joint Chiefs of Staff, it got all the way up to Kennedy, where they said, hey, what we're going to do, and this was in like the Cold War, is we're going to take down an airliner. We're going to shoot out of the sky an American airliner and destroy American lives and blame it on Cuba just so we can go to war with them. It was signed by the Joint Chiefs of Staff, and like people signed off on it. I'm doing this really creepy ass stuff, and then Kennedy's like, "The fudge we are. We're not doing that. Thank God." No, was it Kennedy? I don't even know. No, it wasn't the Cold War then. No, I'm sorry, it wasn't Kennedy. Nixon? Was it Reagan? I don't know, but either way, somebody correct me on that. Someone Google that real quick. I forget what that was called, but yeah, like you have people going in doing that type of thing, like the murder of, again, the government kills people. I don't want to I don't trust them at all. How I Made says $1 billion of the stimulus was to pay a COVID hesitancy campaign. That's a lot of money. $1 billion going to that is just, that's so much. That's so much money going to like what, propaganda? Junior Sanchez, I got COVID back in March. I had worse colds, but I probably don't get those dangerous ones that was going around. Okay, well, I'm glad that it was pretty mild, that you just had a couple of bad colds, and that's it. You're healthy now. You got the antibodies. So good for you, mate. Renzi says it's a very scary world we live in, dog. Yeah, and thank God we got Dashy. Thank God we got Dashy. And again, for those of you that don't know, we are starting a Dashy religion. Praise Dashy. How I Made says, like, really? If it's so good and safe, why would you have to pay people to advertise how safe it is? They even pay people to get vaccine and have a lottery to. Yeah, what the fudge is that about? The lottery to win? I don't. Oh my God, I don't like that at all. Like, who is it? I think they tried to have like, like if you get the vaccine, you get a donut. It's like, treat us like freaking children. Why don't you? Like, oh yeah, you get a donut. Like, oh my God, I don't like that at all. I don't like the fact that they treat us like children at all. Like, treat us like thinking, rational adults. Like, oh my God, I hate government so much. How I Made so there's also viral vids of people who got vaxxed became metallized. Magnets would stick to them. That I thought was a little weird. That to me gets a little too weird. I don't know. Maybe it's again, what goes into vaccines normally, yeah, you have some weird stuff that by itself, okay, well, why would I put this in my body? But then you read about it, it's like, oh, okay, well, for that particular vaccine, that makes sense. But so I don't know if there was something in the vaccine that was maybe a little metallic or what. I don't know. I just chose not to go down that rabbit hole because I knew I'd be, yeah, I try. I'm going to stick my head in the sand on that one. Mr. Lochnet says, hey, Randy, why do you rent and not own any real estate? So for buying real estate, not only do you, like, let's say on Long Island, this house that I'm in, the landlord, the owner has to pay about $15,000 a year in taxes, or $16,000, something like that. But that's a lot of money just to go to taxes. That does not do anything. Like you're not adding value to your home by paying those taxes. So no, I am not a fan of having real estate just to pay those high taxes. That's ridiculous. Like, no. So it's that 15 grand a year I could put a lot of other stuff into. And outside of that, and that's like the school and state tax and stuff. Outside of that, you do have to pay off the mortgage. Like, let's say, a 30-year home costs, let's say $400,000. By the end of 30 years, you wind up paying like $700,000 for it. No, that's so much. I'm not doing that. That's insane. That's crazy. And then also, things break. Oh, like the liner in your chimney broke or your stove broke. You got to get new stuff. Like, absolutely not. And what does it appreciate? Like 2%, 3% a year for real estate? No, I am not doing that at all. I would rather put my money into something else that appreciates a lot more than 3% a year. Now, that being said, you can make the argument, okay, well, you can get a house. You don't have to use the 3 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms. You could rent out most of it. You're right, and that's actually what I'm doing. Me and Aria Realty are going to open up a realty company next year in Florida with our VA home loan, so we don't have to put any money down. We have no PMI. There's no state taxes and veterans for veterans in Florida. But the key is not putting any money down. Again, that's what we're doing. We're using his interest rates, lock it in, use my money to cover any closing fees or whatever, and then any lulls we have for, a tenant moved out this month, then we have a month here, we have to fix it up, whatever. We're doing that for, I'm going to say, we're going to start off with 2 houses at once, and then, and then go from there. But yeah, for the most part, for most of my life, I didn't want a piece of real estate just because of the fact that they, again, you can live in them if, God forbid, the world goes to hell. Okay, well, you have a house, you have a place that you can live. You can't live inside your Bitcoin, can't live inside my Tesla stock, can't live inside my OMI or Earth 2 tiles yet, but you are able to live in a house, and that's fine. You have collateral, you have equity in the house, you can take out a line of credit. Equity line of credit is what it's called. So there are a lot of things you can do with a house. There are advantages, but for me, I just see too much money going out where I could use that somewhere else. Now that I'm a little older, I have a little more capital, and I could be able to afford to do that and rent it out, and that's just another stream of revenue for me. I get a triplex. I get 3 different people in there paying me 3 different rents. 2 of the rents go to the mortgage, extra rent goes into Mr. Chavez's pocket. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. How I Made says, do you have a Telegram, Randy? I'll send you the link. I don't have a Telegram. I got a Instagram. I got a Twitter. I think that the links are down below, but I do not have a Telegram. I just don't want another. Like I barely even use Discord. If people message me on Discord, I'll answer. But I already get so many notifications and messages each day. I'll stick with what I have. So yeah, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Whichever is easier. Says, I googled all the people who died on the video and it checks out. Oh man, yeah. Send me that link. That's gonna be hard to watch, but yeah. I'm in New York, Brendan Z. For right now. Going to Florida next year. Junior Sanchez says, oh, you're in Tampa. When we become OMI millionaires, we will all have to link up. We're gonna have an Earth 2 meetup. We should probably have a Veveverse meetup as well for OMI millionaires. I don't know when, because $1 will take several years, but if when it reaches 25 cents or 20 cents, maybe could we do that then? Right now, if it reaches, because I have 12 million OMI, so when it reaches 10 cents, I'll be actually again. I still have like 300 grand in Pokemon cards, 100 grand in Tesla. So even if it reaches like 8 cents, whatever, 5 cents, no, about 6 cents, I'd probably be a millionaire. But yeah, if it reaches 10 cents, when it reaches 10 cents, I could liquidate everything and have $1 million. Would I do that? Absolutely not. I would never liquidate at 10 cents. I might, if I have 40 million and then I liquidate at 10 cents, I'll sell 1 million. I have 39 million left, and this way I get 100 grand. So yeah, that's what I might do. Hamid says, agree. America is evil. They want war. It's a business. Well, the American people are pretty chill. They're pretty good. It's just the government that, I feel like foreign policy doesn't change from one administration to the next. We've changed from Republican to Democrat to Republican, back to Democrat again. We've been at war literally for 20 years. Why? Literally, why? I get it. Military takes out some very bad people, But there's, focus on the U.S. first. My opinion. My citizens first. Jason Finn said the Northwood documents. I think Kennedy. Oh, Operation Northwoods. Yeah, Operation Northwoods is insane. Also, Operation Northwoods, Operation Paperclip, where they literally took Nazi scientists and they said like, hey, we can either kill you, go to jail, or you can continue your work and work for the U.S. And they did, and that was just so the U.S. can get ahead in like the space race and all that. So I kind of understand that, but still, Nazis, like, I don't know if I trust them, except for me being brown. Renzi says, humanity's fate lies in the people governing large countries. It does, people, but thankfully, people in first world countries, mostly, I think, are pretty chill, pretty peaceful, and let's say you have stuff like America is really known as the war aggressors, and I think America is honestly pretty balanced because you do have the like the gun-toting, the right-wing religious folks. You need them because that lets other countries know, like, hey, you don't mess with the U.S. Come here. There's going to be a gun behind every blade of grass. You don't invade mainland U.S. You can't. It's impossible. Like, you can try. Military could literally take off. Like, they could just be like, yeah, go ahead. Try going into Brooklyn. Try going into New York. Try going into Harlem. Hell's Kitchen. And when I say Brooklyn, I mean bad part of Brooklyn. But yeah, go ahead. But honestly, even in Brooklyn, there's a bunch of like Hasidic Jewish people. They are all armed because they know what happens when a populace is not armed and government comes for them. Take a lesson from those Hasidic Jews that arm yourselves. I see that in Brooklyn all the time when I go visit Danielle, my girlfriend, just Hasidic Jews. Not that they're open carrying in the streets, but they armed. And then you just, Texas, oh my God, good luck trying to get through there. You can't do it. Can't. So you need the right, but you also need the left too, because the left shows the rest of the world that, hey, we're not all crazy. Some of us, they could be seen as like tree huggers, and sometimes the left is really, really out there, like communism, socialists out there. But you need them because that's what shows them that compassion. They care about the environment. They care about animals. Not that the right cares about animals too, but they're just more of like a free hippie dippy and which again I think I'm a mix of both. I'm pretty in the middle. I like the middle right and the middle left. It's just the far outliers that I get, that both of them keep me out. Sad the world should have never ended up like this, but in that same, I get it. I get it that there's, if you look at all the bad stuff that happens, it's like, oh my God, kill me now. Lord Jesus, send down the rapture. Because, if you look at just the bad news, it's horrible. But look at like a lot of the good that happens. Look at a lot of the helpers. Look at a lot of the art that's created. Look at a lot of just, again, go watch that 9/11, and not the conspiracy video. You can go deep down a rabbit hole with those, but it's called Boat Lift. So YouTube Boat Lift with Tom Hanks. It's like a 12-minute documentary. It's about people that helped each other on 9/11, because for Manhattan, it's an island. The only way in or out is by bridge, because again, it's an island, and for the first time in like a century, the only way in or out of Manhattan was by boat. And one of the guys says, the part that was like the best was that everybody helped each other. CEOs, like old ladies, just everyone was just, it didn't matter what color you were, it didn't matter where you're from, your social status. You're just Americans at that point, and just coming together and talk to your neighbors. Go and talk to your, guarantee your neighbors are all pretty chill. Guarantee, oh, hey, what's going on? I see him shoveling snow, I'm shoveling snow. Hey, having a beer? I'll have a beer with you. I think at the end of the day, and this might be like the hippie part of me, the one that likes Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, that I think most of us just want to, listen to good music and drink adult beverages and just hang out with friends and just love people. I honestly think that's what most people want. They just want to talk about cool things, listen to good music, and just enjoy. Like, who doesn't love that? Who doesn't love listening to good music, having a few daddy beverages, like enjoying the sun, enjoying animals? Like, that stuff is awesome. And if I had to put money on it, I bet there's more good people than bad. I put money on it. If I thought the Earth wasn't saving, if I thought humanity wasn't saving, I wouldn't have killed myself the last 4 years well, granted, a lot of it was for animals, but I wouldn't have killed myself the last 4 years to make the money that I made, so I can help save animals. I can help save the world. Literally, whatever Elon Musk needs, I'm going to help him try to do that. And what the problems that Elon Musk isn't focusing on, I'll try to do that as well. To my knowledge, he's not about building wells and sanitation stations in Africa. Will he give them internet, and will he give them, solar panels? Probably. But will Bill Gates give them vaccines? Appropriate vaccines, I hope. Yeah, sure. But for me, how I can help, I think, is by building a bunch of wells with sanitation stations. So this way, they have clean water as well. Again, when you have that trifecta of immunization and renewable energy and clean water, then you can focus on science. Then you can focus on, giving rise to more geniuses to help the planet. And what did Vision say? He said, it's a privilege to be among humans, and that a thing isn't beautiful because it lasts. Humans are odd, saying that they like to that order and chaos are somehow opposites, but they're not. They're intertwined. I think humans are mostly good. Yeah, that's my opinion on that. It was rejected by Kennedy. I was right. Never go against your first instinct. It was Kennedy. All right. Brenzy says, yeah, come on, give us a taco, not a donut. Yeah, give us a taco. I would, not that I'd want to get the vaccine anyway, but yeah, I'd prefer a taco. You got the meat, you got the cheese, you got the lettuce. Oh, good stuff, man. Actually, taco's going to be my next song. How I Made says, yeah, if you question the vax narrative, you're a conspiracy theorist. Yeah, I hate that too. Like, a lot of people are just asking questions like, hey, why did this happen to my mom? Why did this happen to my partner? Why did it happen to, whatever. Like, you're not a conspiracy theorist. You're just asking questions. I'm like, well, why did this happen? Like, can someone tell me? I don't. Government's so weird with that, trying to label everyone like conspiracy theorists. I bet you're listening to Alex Jones. Alex Jones has been right about so many things so far. Ahmed also says, and by the way, McAfee didn't Epstein himself. So sad. Yeah, no, he did not. Epstein and McAfee didn't kill themselves. Crystal Stroud says, yes, we need freedom of choice. I kind of want to move to Texas. I would be okay for Texas. Texas, North Carolina, and Florida were my three choices where I wanted to move. Me and our realty had decided on Florida. Easiest for us, better as veterans. Eunice Sanchez is $15,000 for taxes. What the fudge? Yeah, New York is crazy expensive. That's why apartments here are... I got lucky. This is the cheapest apartment I could find. $1,400 a month for, a one-bedroom. And not a lot of anything else. And I have that because it's New York. We're an hour away from a major metropolis. A lot of my friends are here. I have both my businesses here. So, yeah, that's why I did it. I do. I like it. I lived most of my life here. I lived a lot of my life here before I went to the military, and after the military, I came back. I'm going to Florida now for my next adventure. I'm 30 now. We're going to see what happens. How I Made says, Texas and Florida sound like places. Yeah, they're free. They're free states. I love them. Yeah, taxes. Yeah, nobody likes taxes like that. Crystal Stroud says, my friend who is not anti-vax got his shot, and it was magnetic. Oh, man. Yeah, I don't... Man, that's rough. That is... I don't know if there's any negative effects outside of being magnetic. I don't... Like, do they feel, like, lethargic? Do they feel weird with that? Definitely a rabbit hole. Yeah, huge rabbit hole. Crystal Stroud also says, I think I've seen a survey of the country of the happiest people in our country, and Texas was the top. Yeah, man, Texas is cool. Barbecues out there. You got American football and basketball out there. High school football and basketball. Texas is legit. I lived in San Antonio for not that long. This is where I was in basic training for. And it seemed fun. I would totally go there. Totally go in San Antonio. Little dangerous for my type of, thing, but I'm going to Florida. It's Florida, man. As Florida man's got, will I be the next Florida man? I don't know. Eunice Sanchez, yeah, for sure. 25 cents? Wait, 25 cents for what? What were we talking about? Crystal Stroud said, Earth 2 meetup would be cool. Maybe eventually E2 conventions. Yeah, like, obviously we'll meet in virtual reality first, most of us, and then I have a bunch of people want to go to Europe. They're like, yeah, come stay with me. It's like, okay, cool. They did invite the girlfriend too. But I don't know if the girlfriend's going to want... I don't know. I'll talk about the girlfriend in another video. How I Made says, yeah, it's a war machine that feeds the military-industrial complex. They put money into Raytheon, etc. pay themselves in stocks to avoid capital gains tax. Yeah, I think was it Apple or I think Apple does that too, where they issue more stock and they pay their employees with stock, and they don't have to pay taxes that way. So I was like, well, that's clever, I guess. Can I issue more Chavez Trading Company stock so I can give that to people? That'd be good. Ami City Games says, although an armistice was agreed between the UN and China / North Korea, the agreement was never actually signed, and the U.S. has technically been in a state of war with them since 1950 or 1953. Oh, that is incredible. Yeah, so I've seen a bunch of waste in all deployed, where you see like, oh, you got these big vehicles and a tire goes, flat. Let's just order a new vehicle. What? Yeah, like it's insane. The waste that goes on in some of these countries where you have ladies. Let's say my friend, what's their name? Friend that was in Afghanistan, I think twice, but one time in Afghanistan, I think the first time she was like, yeah, we're not allowed to do our own laundry. Like, what? And she's like, yeah, we're not allowed to do our own laundry. We have to give it to this lady, and this lady has us sign a paper. That lady's making $100,000 a year. If you go to the morale tent over there, and you want to like use a computer, sign in this sheet. That lady makes $100,000 a year. That's insane. None of us were making that over there. I wasn't in Afghanistan. I was in Kuwait, but none of us were making that over there. I don't even think we're making $40,000 a year. Well, yeah, no, I was not even making $40,000 a year. 4 times? No, I was. But if I stayed the whole year, I would have been. But yeah, we make doo-doo. We make doo-doo, and that's why Air Force has a retention problem. Why would they stay in and make pennies when they can go out and make triple of what they were making while they were in? That's just idiotic. People are crazy. I don't know how they don't see that then. So that's interesting about the armistice as well. But North Korea, that's one of those guys. It's like, if we should ever topple a regime, it should be North Korea. Like, literal dictator that the citizens are just so short because they're malnutrition. And thank you guys for 20 likes. That means the world to me. Citizens are so short, malnutrition. It's absolutely insane. I'm gonna get a water real quick because my throat is doing a bad thing. I'm gonna keep talking though while I am gathering the water for hydration that I'm coming to visit you. Okay, right now. There we go. There we go. How I Made It says, I always follow the money. It's the root of all evil. Yep. Scientists say follow the water. Journalists say follow the money. Crystal Strauss says, Alaska has a lot of guns too. Grocery store even have raffles for them. Oh my god, that's so cool. When I go to Alaska, I hope I can enter one of those raffles for them. That'd be great. I can't wait to go shoot. I haven't gone shooting in a while. I can't wait. Let's get this bread. How I Made It says, my brother-in-law got the vaccine 2 months ago, and 3 days ago he had a heart attack. How old's your brother-in-law? Jesus. I don't know if I could see a bigger guy. Was it like, oh, hey, yeah, it was a bigger guy. Maybe that heart attack could have happened anyway. Or was he like in his 40s and like relatively healthy? And, a heart attack would be like the last thing on people's minds. Yeah, that's, man, I don't want to say that's interesting. That's just sad, but also a little interesting. How Made says, Bitcoin miners are also setting up shop in Texas. That makes sense because a lot of sun over there, so they can get some solar panels and that excess energy and just go into mining. Yeah, that makes sense. I would do that as well. I'd definitely do that if I were them. Toadally Awesome, what's going on, man? It's been a while. How's it going? Says, hey, Randy, can you give me a link where to buy Omi? Okay, so honestly, the best advice I can give you, Toadally Awesome, to buy Omi is to go on and YouTube how to buy Omi, and it'll say it on Bit4X. What a quick synopsis, a quick thing of what to do is you download a Bit4X app, and it will give you a phrase, I think, or it'll give you whatever. Download the app, do what it says to do. Also, download a Trust Wallet. Trust Wallet will give you a phrase, and for the Bit4X app, it's 2-factor authentication. The Trust Wallet app, it'll give you a phrase of a bunch of numbers or a bunch of words. Take a picture of it, write it down, and take a picture of that written down, and email it to yourself, and keep it written down in like 3 different places, so you don't lose it. Don't ever lose that. For Bit4X, what you have to do, you have to send Bit4X from either your Coinbase account or your Cash App Bitcoin, or you could send it USDT, but Bitcoin. And then what you can do is you can use that Bitcoin to buy USDT on the app for Bit4X. and then use that USDT to buy OMI. It sucks, but that's the easiest way to do it right now. And then after you buy that, transfer it into a trust wallet. So that's what you have to do right now. How I made it. Oh, do I have 3,000 subs? No way. Do I really? Oh, no, I don't. Do I? Oh, that's cool. I didn't think I had that many. I thought I had like 2,990. I guess I got a decent amount of subs today. Well, I did put out like 6 videos, so that makes sense. Oh, Grass man of 3K subs. Oh, I did it. Let's have a party. Let's have a party. We did it, boys. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. Oh, so somebody mentioned tacos before. For my an hour 30, 90-minute Patreon member shout out. It's raining tacos from out of the sky. Tacos, no need to ask why. Just open your mouth and close your eyes. It's raining tacos, yum, 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 yum. Oh, God. Okay, there we go. There we go, guys. Junior Sanchez says, I buy Bitcoin on Cash App and send it to Bitforex from there. Yeah, that makes sense. You can do that as well. The only place I get Bitcoin is Coinbase and Cash App. Works out pretty well for me. Oh, okay. Okay, okay, there we go. Sorry about that. It's like I feel like Elsa when I do that. Like, I'm free, let it go, let it go. Actually, you know what? For Nomad with guitar, because he is Russian. Опусти и забудь, что прошло же не вернуть. Опусти и забудь, no me entiendo case put. That is Let It Go, or Опусти и забудь in Russian. And we have Rayfax with a $5 super chat saying, I was raised in Alaska, gun raffles everywhere. I used to bring my guns to school and go hunting on the way home. We were all responsible and no one cared. That is so heckin' cool. Oh my God. Like, so would you like go home, like on average, Rayfax, how many times a month would you be able to say like, yep, got one, and like literally brought home the bacon home? Like, all right, dinner's on me for the next 2 weeks. That is so cool. And I feel like I've seen that not just in Alaska, but pictures of people like actually having classes on guns, like shooting ranges in school in like the 50s. People bring guns to school all the time because they had an actual class for that. Again, I don't know where that was in America. Maybe that was Texas, or maybe it might have been Alaska, although I remember people in short sleeves when I saw that. But I'm so glad that it happened as recently as your childhood, at least in Alaska. I love guns. It kills me that I can't have guns in New York. It does. Most of my guns are literally in a storage facility in New Jersey. Yeah. Actually, I remember when Trump put that ban on bump stocks, literally like me and half my friends were about to become felons because like they put that ban. I was like, oh God! So we had to move everything. That was a rough time. And even a lot of it today are inside my friends' walls. They're inside my actual friends' walls in our house. Many of them. Party Junior Sanchez again. Right there. Thank you for that $5 super chat about the hunting on the way home. Responsible, no one cared. Oh, also Raythan says, mostly small game. Oh, a few times a week. So you're badass with that. Were you a sniper, Raythax? You probably could have been. Yeah, like, and that's the other thing. Hunters are, I think, the second biggest army in the world. Because hunters just in America, I think it was Wisconsin, gave out like, what, 750,000 hunting licenses last year? Because they need to, because they have a what do you call it? They have a deer population problem where they have to keep the deer population under control, and if they don't, then the state is overrun with deer. It causes car accidents. It becomes an actual health hazard to people. So the fact that they're doing that, and that they issue that many gun licenses is a testament to how ingrained guns are in our society and why we need them. There's a great thing at PorkFest where they actually tell you, like, hey, if you've never shot a gun, come here, we'll teach you how. And there's a lot of people, especially women, that were like, hey, I didn't like this before because I didn't understand it, but now I've held one and I fired one and I feel good, I feel cool. Like, not cool, they felt safer having one. Like, well, being armed does that to someone. And it's good. We need that to, like, we can't be there for women all the time. It's good if they learn to shoot and can protect themselves and all that. What else we got here? Oh yeah, Amu City Games. You know what I'm talking about. Parry grip. Num 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 num. Bill Scott says, "Oh, what's the word on phase 2? Within the next 6 weeks, Bill Scott. It could be as soon as tomorrow. It could be right now. We don't know. But most likely, what they're going to do is, they said if not June, which they are pushing for, but if not June, they will actually start it in July. But it will be before the end of July. So when August comes, we'll have already had it. So I can't wait. I'm literally checking that site multiple times a day, 5 different places: Antarctica, South America, Antarctica, Brazil, South Africa, India, and Austria. Those are the places that I'm checking for that. Yeah. Wow, another super chat from Raythax, $5 says, "My brother was a sniper in Iraq, codename Money Shot. We always competed shooting since 5 years old." Oh, dude, that's awesome. That's really cool. What years did he serve? Do you know where in Iraq? Where we had missions going to Al-Assad and I don't even know if I can say the names of some of these airfields that we had missions to. Al-Taqaddum, Al-Assad, but yeah, Iraq is its own beast. It sucks over there. It's not like Kuwait or Afghanistan where the bases are built up and you have a gym, you have a dining facility. No, Iraq, for a lot of people, it is bare bones. It is just, even there's no flight line. There's a little strip of dirt where the aircrafts land. No rules over there also, though. Like, in Kuwait, it's a little more civilized. Yeah, you can go into a C-130 with a forklift and get what you need out of there. So it's a little more relaxed than it is stateside, especially when we had that nuke. Oh my God! So there was a bomb I go to get the manifest. I go to get the manifest from this guy, and I'm gonna call him out here. And it was supposed to be just a pallet train. Pallet train is when you connect 2 pallets together. So I get the passengers. Give this guy the manifest, and he's like, "Well, we're only supposed to have 2 pallets of cargo." And there was 2 pallets of cargo, but there was also a 3rd pallet of cargo, and it was a huge bomb. And we weren't allowed to talk about it for a while. And we're like, "Uh-oh, what do?" And they're like, "Yeah, guys, don't talk about it. This was left over. It's not supposed to be here." And I was like, "What? So we couldn't talk about it to anyone. And we were going to the gym later that day, and then we just see as we're passing by a construction site, and we're just trying to make conversation, not to think about this huge ass bomb that's on the flight line, a couple hundred yards away from us. Oh, maybe they're doing construction. And I don't know if Miley Cyrus' Wrecking Ball came out at that point, but we joked about riding the Wrecking Ball, whatever. And I'm in the gym. I am doing what's that? It's called not deadlifts. It's the ones where you take a bar and you go and then cleans. So I was doing cleans. One of the cleans that I was doing, I heard a dun 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 dun, and I thought it was the bomb. I was like, oh, I've done that. I run into the bathroom. I was like, oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God. And then apparently what had happened was that the wrecking ball that the construction site was right next to the gym, it fell and it made the dun 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 dun, and but everyone thought what the fudge, guy? And I couldn't tell them that there was a bomb on the flight line. And it wasn't just the normal bombs that we would load or whatever. It was this was a big one. This was a big one. And I was like, oh my God, yeah, this is, whew. So yeah, it was a very big one. That's all I'm saying. And right there's another $5 super chat saying, oh, he was in Mosul 05 to 06 and 08 to, oh, I went twice. Is he okay? Is he good? Is he cool? Is he chill? Is he all right? Does he live near you? Are we gonna get daddy soda with him one day? Yeah, the Iraq War is a very, very special case because there's so many different parts to it, so many different factions. No part is the same. The only similarities is that from, let's say March through, October is what's called fighting season. And that's when they fight, because it's weird. The Taliban, they only fight when there's perfect weather, and they don't fight when it's cold and cloudy and stuff. Yeah, they don't fight then, which is really, really weird. So you'll be safer in those months, in the winter months. But fighting season, I mean, if that's your thing, some people are just I don't want to say they're crazy. Some people are just super motivated to go and kill bad guys, and I'm so thankful they're on my side. Yeah, that was a lot of stuff. So I missed a bunch of these things here. Let's see what we got here. Mr. J1S, I mentioned you before, Mr. J1S. You weren't here. It was Mr. J1S. You actually have some competition. Somebody else had Earth 2 Music says equals my music. Make it happen, Randall. So I mentioned you before where you had a video, I think on Instagram, where Earth 2 was in the background on the computer. But this guy, Oliver Jones Music, OJM, had gone and made an actual Earth 2 song. Just Google YouTube Guidebook Gaming. It's their most recent video with Oliver Jones Music. Again, Oscar, Joker, Mike for Oliver Jones Music. And yeah, it's really good. And I also am mentioned in the song. It's really good. So yeah, Mr. J1S, you got some competition. But Mr. J1S, for those that don't know, is a very talented rapper. And will probably be some serious competition when I do talent shows, when I do karaoke nights. Definitely going to be a main competitor to win all the prizes I'm going to give out. Crystal Stroud says, nice, Wraithax. Yeah, Wraithax is my man. Unicorn says, that's cool. How I Made says, your brother-in-law is in the late 40s. So it's still relatively young. I mean, the heart attack, unless, it was really, really big, really, fat guy, heart attack doesn't really make sense in my opinion. And wow, got 20 likes. Thanks, guys. And again, Wraithax, thanks for that $5 super chat. Apparently, Wraithax was hunting small game a few times a week in high school. Dude, that's awesome. Just free food, multiple times a week. That's great. Dude, good. I'm happy. That makes me feel good. Am I Yoda? Brings warm feelings to my heart. How I Made says, it was a good thing China banned mining. They own about 70% of the hash rate. Did they ban mining, or was it... I don't know exactly what's been going on with China. I've been out of the loop for a couple weeks now. Bill Scott says, how much do you think tiles on the edge of Epstein Island should be worth? Well, where is it in America? Or I don't know where it is. That was the one Alex Jones documentary I did not watch. Was that one in particular. So, Epstein, I don't know. I mean, I know it was bought. I know it was bought very early, actually. So, what part of the island should be? It depends what you build there. I mean, you could go really dark and you could build SS Island, for something Slave Island or, Sex something Island, whatever it is. I don't know. It's whatever someone's willing to pay for it. I'm sorry, I couldn't answer it a little bit better than that. So Allie also says, do you think NFT is dying? Heck no. Heck no. This is just the beginning for NFTs. This is literally Internet 2.0. Remember those people that would say in terms of monetary value, they would say the internet will have no more monetary value than the fax machine did. And a bunch of articles saying the internet's a fad. People are leaving the internet because it's just such a fad, and the fad has passed. Not NFTs. NFTs are here to stay. They are the future. I've said this multiple times before. I've said this before even I knew about Veve. I started saying this when Banksy burned that Banksy art was burned. I started doing it when that tweet was being sold. When NBA Top Shot came out, I was like, okay, I need to get on this. And then thankfully I found Veve, and it happened to be the #1 NFT space for collectibles in the world, and just far ahead of everyone else. Check out my video that I did on Veve earlier today. Or is it yesterday at this point? Almost yesterday at this point. 2 minutes away. NorthAmericanHemp.com says, I'm in Oregon, forest, and country. Everyone carries out here. I often wonder how much the neighbors spend on ammo because they shoot day and night. It's expensive. It's expensive to get, and especially depending on type of ammo, because a lot of ammo right now it's a shortage of it. Because again, when Biden became president, NRA had that campaign. It's they're going to take our guns, which I'm not saying that there haven't been attempts. There have been attempts to take guns, but it just never seems to happen. For 8 years I said Obama's going to take our guns. It never happened. Now, it didn't happen because, again, people, I think, are still relatively sensible, and they are good, and they know that part of America's defense is by having the populace armed, and that's just intrinsic of being American. And that's also how you stand up to radical governments. Again, Ben Shapiro, who's Jewish, was on Piers Morgan one day. He's like, Yes, listen, I am from, my grandparents, had they known this lesson, had they and their family and everyone carried guns, maybe there wouldn't be ashes in Germany right now. Maybe they would still be alive, something like that. And yeah, it we are never more than one generation from having liberties taken away from us, from being enslaved. Like tyranny is never more than one generation away. So you have to keep being armed, keep these people in check. Yeah, that's why we need them. Crystal Stroud says Alaska is a whole other world. It is Final Frontier. Good. I'm dying. I don't know what that was. Oh god. Alaska is a whole other world. Lakes become roads, days become nights, and nights become days, and guns aplenty. Is that a song? Because that sounds so good. That sounds so cool. As a song. Oh my god, I'm dying. Also, happy midnight, everybody. Yay, we're doing it. Yeah, Alaska's the final frontier. I don't know, lakes become roads, days, but yeah, there's some parts where I think you get like 2 hours of sunlight a day, and some parts where you get like 2 hours of darkness a day. It's really insane. I think was it Netherlands, Iceland, Greenland. There's other places also that's called what's that called like a lunar winter or something like that. It's really cool. Polar bears scare me though. Crystal Star and the sky is the color blue you never see anywhere else. Oh, all right. So guys, I'm going to. She does not need a haircut tie. So I'm going to go and what do you call it? Go out on a limb. I've seen this in Levittown before. Levittown, New York, on Long Island. I've seen it in Jersey. I don't know, but there are times when it's 2 a.m, not 5 a.m when dusk is coming up, not 8, 9 at night when it's settling in. 2 a.m, where I wake up and the sky is orange. Like it's orange. Like the sun is like just around the bend. But it's 2 a.m. Like what is that? I don't know what that is. I don't know what's going on. But I've seen that a couple of times in my life, and again, you shouldn't see that in Long Island. Maybe upstate New York. No, it just you shouldn't see that. But it happens, and I don't know why. Wraithax, again, that $5 super chat is amazing, saying that his brother was a sniper in Iraq. Everyone, salute the Wraithax brother. His code name is Money Shot. My code name in Kuwait was actually Bane. I don't know if you knew that. So we always competed shooting since 5 years old. Yeah, Wraithax, come like Revolution or come like Invasion. I want you and my team. We back to back like Obi-Wan Kenobi and Mace Windu. Back to back with lightsabers, but with guns. Go. What is your favorite weapon? I like the M16. M4 is kind of nice too, but yeah, M16 is legit. What about you? What is your favorite weapon? Everyone comment their favorite weapon down below. Crystal Shroud says Dashy is really dressed up lately. Dashy is always dapper AF. Dashy is always, with the thing, and then the collar, and then the Swarovski diamonds for the eyes. You can't beat Dashy's look. Can't beat the fashion. And again, Wraithax's brother was in Mosul from 05 to 06 and 08 to 09. For Army, I don't know, was he there for a year then? Because Army used to do year deployments, there were advantages doing that, most of which money, but yeah, those year deployments are, I don't know how you do that. I don't know how Army did year deployments. After 7 months in Kuwait, I was honestly, after 5 months in Kuwait, I was like, all right, want to go home. And it was really weird. As soon as I came home, like 3 days later, I was like, I want to go back. And I actually almost did. So for those that don't know, my friend Wolfgang, not Wolfgang for me too, girl Wolfgang, she would just get taken away from me. Like she would deploy, I would deploy, she would deploy, and just it would kept going on, and I just wouldn't see her. So she was actually tasked to watch my other guy Wolshan his place. But as soon as he left, she got a short notice deployment, meaning she had like a month or two before she had to go. And I ran into Wolshan on deployment while they were heading to Iraq, my friend Hooper as well. I think they were going to Al-Assad or Al-Taqadim, forget where. And he's like, hey, Wolfgang's about to deploy and she can't watch my place. Can you watch my place when you get back? I was like, yeah, I'm about to leave in the next few weeks. So yeah, sure, So I lived with her for a little bit. But then I went to my commander, and it was a new commander. It was my old commander. He would have granted it to me. He would have let me go. And I said, best way that I can, like, sir, Aaron Chimchuk, horse is ordered. And it says, at ease. And I remember it right. I said, Sir, in the last few years, take a look at what I've done. Got senior airman below the zone, which is basically me just going and getting a promotion early. I've done this. I've done, excelled at PT, on deployments. I guru at passenger services. I rocket ramp. All these vehicles on my licenses. Can I deploy? I just came back from deployment. Everything is literally already packed. And I'm just gonna speak freely now. I was like, everything's already packed. I have. Let me do this. Let me be with my friend. You need people. You need people to go. Like, because he does. He did. We were very short-manned. And he's like, so he takes a look at my file. He says, listen, Senior Airman Chavez, I can't do it. And I'll tell you why. It's because you only have a few months left with us, meaning in the Air Force. And I said, yes, sir, I can extend. And he says, well, I can't let you extend. But when you extend for 1 year, and that'd be enough to go on the deployment. And also, because after deployment, you're supposed to have 2 weeks R&R, 2 weeks of rest, because you need it. You were just in deployed location, and you need R&R. But he says, like, if you do this, you need to take this week course, I think for SEER it was, and then he said that you would only be able to get like a couple days rest, like 5 days rest. I'm like, sir, that's fine. I'll go take SEER, and I'll be ready to go. And he says, listen, I can't do that. A way I will do it for you, though, is if you sign up for another 4 years, I'll sign off on it. And I was like, heck no. It's like, sir, I can't do that. Not doing this another 4 years. I can't do it. I can't. I literally can't. And he was like, well, that's your decision. I was like, well, I guess it is. If it was my old commander, he would have done it. But new guy, not so much. Toad Alley Awesome says, Randy, do you have any hidden talent? Does that count? Does it count as my hidden talent? I don't think anything hidden. All right, so one thing, some people might call it hidden talent, some people not, but that's like, I don't know if that really is that too NSFW. I'm not gonna answer that question anymore. Bill Scott says, does Dashi own any Dash coins? I might make. So many people want me to make a crypto, want Dash to make. If I am going to make one eventually, it is going to be with a. It's going to be with a purpose. You're going to be able to stake with it, make NFTs with it, that type of deal. I'm going to have that happen. But I can't just make a coin all willy-nilly without having any utility to it. That would go against everything I believe in. Okay, oh God, what happened? Okay, I'm not again. There we go, we're good. Bill Scott says, I'm going heavy into Roblox stock tomorrow. The chart looks good. I mean, long term, yeah, probably undervalued a little bit. Got some competition going, but yeah, it's probably good for long term. Crystal Strauss says, is there water in those clouds? Here in Utah, before it snows, the clouds reflect bright orange from the city lights. Oh. I do remember seeing some clouds, but I don't think enough to illuminate most of the sky. Or maybe it is. I don't know. But that's a good point, Crystal Strauss. That's a really good point. Are you a doctor? Blizzard says, hey, bro, long time no see. How's it been? Blizzard. It has been okay. I have been doing a lot of videos today, a lot of live streams. I like your dog in your photo. Dogs are great. We love dogs. Speaking of dogs, I'm gonna go in a little bit. I'll do my Patreon member shout out for 2 hours. But for those that don't know, we are starting a Dashi religion. Do you receive it today? I know you do. But we never like to close our stream without giving you the opportunity to make Dashi the Lord of your life. Friends, will you pray with me? Will you say, Lord Dashi, I repent of my sins, and I ask you to come into my heart. I make you my Lord and Savior. Friends, if you pray that simple prayer, we believe you got born again. Get in a good Dashi-based church. Make Dashi first place. Dashi will take you places that you never even dreamed of. I knight thee, citizens of the Church of Dashi. Oh God, I can't get it back in full. There we go. Moving on. Yeah, so outside of that, we are going to do that for, I don't know how long it takes to become an actual religion, but we're going to do that for as long as it takes. And I want to be as big as the Helix fossil. They have like 20 million people reach their reach their religion in like 6 days. It was insane. It was the fastest religion to ever go to 1 million people, was the Church of Felix. We obviously can't do that because we've been here for like 3 days right now, and I think there's like 8 of you. So yeah, I digress. Anyway, guys, I love you. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Comment's good for the YouTube algorithm. Nomad with guitar. This is for you as well, because I found out he was Russian today. Я сошла с ума, мне нужна она, мне нужна она, мне нужна она. Я сошла с ума. That is some more tattoo. I don't know if I did tattoo yet. I did Akusia Zabud. That is Let It Go in Russian. Anyway, guys, I love you all. It's been about 2 hours. It's literally, I have to wake up in a few hours to do my stream again. I have to run in the morning. I have a lot of things to do, but I love you all. Thank you guys so much for the super chats. Those mean the world to me. You guys are the best. I love you. Peace. Peace, guys. Meow, 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 meow.